Oh, here we go. Okay, everybody, good evening. Welcome to the meeting of the Mayor and Council of Princeton, New Jersey. It is April 28th, 2025. Madam Clerk, could we have the meeting statement, please?
Notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act and state regulations governing public meetings, including the time, date, and location of the meeting, and clear and concise instructions to the public for accessing the meeting and making comments. In addition, the agenda and all related materials were posted electronically and made available to the public on Princeton's meeting portal in advance of the meeting.
Thank you. David will do the land acknowledgement for us tonight.
We gather today on the land of the Lenni Lenape. As members of the Princeton community, we aspire to show appreciation, respect, and concern for all peoples and our environment. We honor the Lenape and other indigenous caretakers of these lands and waters, the elders who lived here before, the indigenous today, and the generations to come.
Thank you. We have roll call, please.
Mr. McDonald?
Here.
Ms. Perron-Lambros?
Here.
Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Ms. Sachs?
Here.
Ms. Fraga is not in. Mr. Newland?
Here.
Mayor Frida?
Here. Okay, if you're able and want to, please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. Announcements. Council members, any announcements or reports this evening? Layton.
I have one, Mayor. Thank you. Good evening, colleagues, staff, members of the public. Tonight, I'm proud to announce that the CARES Committee, the Committee on Affordable Housing, Racial, Economic, Social Equity, and Services, will be launching a community needs assessment this summer. While we conducted a needs assessment with stakeholders during the height of the pandemic, this will be the first comprehensive effort since 2014 where we reach directly to the heart of our community, to the end users, to hear their voices and better understand the critical areas of need among our most vulnerable neighbors, our low-income families, seniors, working families, and those facing daily struggles that too often go unseen. Through this survey, we will cover essential areas like housing, health care, mental health, child care, food security, and more. Our goal is simple but urgent, to be the best we can be for our constituents in need. We cannot and should not do this alone. Tonight, I and Letitia Fraga extend a call to action to all of our community partners, our nonprofits, our houses of worship, our advocacy groups, our service providers, our healthcare leaders, our educators. Invest your time, your resources, and your talents in this critical initiative. Help us listen, help us learn, help us act. We plan to conduct the survey during the summer months, compile and analyze the data in early fall, and deliver a full report and set of recommendations by November. Together, we can build a stronger, more just, and more compassionate Princeton, but only if we listen first. Help us do this very important work. Thank you.
Thanks, Layton. Other council members with announcements or reports? Mia.
Yes, I know there were some problems from accessing the agenda, and we're using a new software system. And so, Dawn, do you want to, so if you had, my understanding is if you had something bookmarked, the previous link bookmarked, that would take you not to what you needed for tonight, but Dawn, who is on top of this, is going to explain.
So our new agenda software platform is called Legistar. We switched over to it and went live on Friday. If you go on the government tab on the main page of our website, you'll see government resources. From there, you go to council agendas and packets, and you'll click on that, and it'll bring you to the new platform. You can bookmark that page. The meeting link is available there, and it is on the calendar.
So just to recap, in case people didn't hear,
Sure.
government resources,
Council
then council agendas and packets, and then you should be able to find what you need. Yeah? Okay, great.
Thank you. Other council announcements or reports? Brian.
Yes, I just wanted to express my gratitude to the Arts Council and also to Sustainable Princeton for putting on two outstanding events this weekend where I got to see many of you between Porch Fest and the Sustainable Princeton event at Morven. It really was a great opportunity to see members of the community out and about with overcast skies on Saturday and high winds on Sunday. But we made it out there, and I just wanted to extend my thanks to those two organizations and to all the residents and the vendors and the members of our staff who helped make parts of it happen.
Thank you. Other council announcements or reports? Okay. Mr. Kremer, Executive Director of Experience Princeton.
I'm not even going to check the microphone. I'll just project. Thank you for the introduction. I hope folks can hear me.
Sorry about that.
There you go. That was my filibuster. All right, thank you. Whoa. Isaac Kramer, Executive Director of Experience Princeton. Good to be here tonight again. As usual, 4 things that we did last month, 4 things we're working on this month, and 1 big item you should know about. So we'll get started. So last month, our e-blast, we were really pleased, went out to 4,830 people with 2,684 opens. That's a 59% open rate. So clearly we found our audience, and they're listening and looking and reading and paying attention, which is great. We organized the ribbon cutting for Tropical Smoothie at the Princeton Shopping Center, a great entrepreneurial family that opened that. And I want to thank you, Councilwoman Perron-Lambros and Councilman Newland, for participating in that event. Also, I attended the Main Street Now conference in Philadelphia. I was joined by a volunteer, Elizabeth Romano, and 4 of the highlights of that was a really big 3 days, but 4 highlights are they launched a national policy agenda for Main Streets, so we're going to be very actively involved with that. They're expanding their small business support initiatives for the 175,000 small businesses in Main Street communities, so this is a new initiative from an over 40-year-old organization, very exciting. And also the governor of Pennsylvania committed $20 million to his Main Street communities in the next year. So if any of you know the governor here in New Jersey, make sure you point that fact out because that kind of support really is best in the country. I don't think any other states rival it. And the last thing we did last month was the virtual meetup on April 24th that focused on our gift card program, which has now exceeded over $121,000 in gift card sales. And we shared successful examples. For anyone who missed it but wants to see what we presented, search for Experience Princeton gift card on YouTube, and there's a nice little 12-minute presentation there. So 4 things we're working on this month. Our teams are finalizing their work plan and budget for approval, so the board's going to look at that next week, and we'll have it to you next month. And we're on track, hopefully, for approval before the end of the fiscal year, which is great. We're finalizing the logo for Princeton 250. This was paid for by a grant from Mercer County, and we're working with a local designer to put it together. I think it's turned out really nice, and we're just sharing it with a few people before it goes public in the weeks ahead. Also, starting this week, we have a new volunteer working 12 hours a week on something called the Booms Tracker to help us monitor occupancy and vacancy in Princeton. But this is part of a national initiative through Main Street America, too. So that's going to be a really valuable tool, and it's great to have that regular volunteer support each week, too. And last but not least, our Bloom Local promotion is highlighting businesses that excel at beautification and have attractive sidewalks and storefronts. So this little card here, which I know no one can see, was attached to flowers that were given out by the Garden Club to businesses that have really excelled. We're doing similar things with Vaseful here along Witherspoon and at the shopping center with Blue Bears, just to offer that gift. And the card says, please accept this small thank you for helping Princeton bloom this spring with your beautiful storefront. It's small touches like these that make Princeton truly memorable. So that's that. And the last item for you that I want everyone to be aware of is on May 8th, we're going to have national staff from Main Street America visiting for an assessment. And they'll have meetings throughout the day with board members, business leaders, and elected officials. In the afternoon, their findings will be shared with the Experience Princeton board at a special meeting at 4 o'clock at the Nassau Inn. And this is a necessary step as we seek to achieve accreditation as a Main Street community. What that means is we're seeking to follow the highest standards nationally when it comes to commercial district revitalization. With that, that's my report.
Thank you, Isaac. Any questions for Isaac?
Yeah, Isaac, thank you for that report. So you mentioned that Governor Shapiro put aside $20 million for the Main Street program. How does that compare with New Jersey? Do you know offhand?
Yeah, I do actually. Since 2019, the state's committed $6.3 million to the 29 Main Street communities in the state. In the current budget before the legislature, there's only $750,000 appropriated, which is less than half of the current fiscal year. So it's really urgent that we get to all of our elected officials and make the case that this money, this support for Main Street is also support for small businesses, for community vitality, for creating the kind of places that we're proud about. And certainly Princeton is among that as one of the 29 Main Street communities in the state.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. It's
Question.
it's a small amount in comparison.
Isaac, are the funds geared for startups, or are they for merchandising and marketing and public relations?
So a lot of it goes towards the local programs that have discretion how they use it. So we could direct it to businesses and to startups if that was one of our priorities here in Princeton. What I find, Councilman, is that programs through the New Jersey Economic Development Authority are better established rather than a locally run program like our own. So it's probably better for us to link and leverage with EDA, which we do regularly. And I can follow up and actually give you a list of all the EDA resources we've helped businesses in Princeton, including startup businesses, to access.
Thank you.
Yep.
I just want to say, I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend the ribbon cutting for the smoothie place, but I am doing my part at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, and I highly recommend the Detox Island Green.
Oh, excellent. Well, they'll have to name that the Mia from now on. But thanks for that. And I do want to highlight behind every one of those business openings that there's some people with some really rich stories. So I'd encourage you, as you're available, to go meet and talk with the owners, the staff of these new businesses. And I'll tell you, especially for Tropical Smoothie, that he is committed to giving back and being connected to the Princeton community. So if that is important to anyone you work with, make sure that you get to know him, and everyone else in Princeton gets in there too, because it's really when we have this connection between the businesses and the residents and we come together that we're so much stronger as a result.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Isaac, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Isaac.
Next up, public comments for items not on the agenda. Anybody in the room have a public comment? No. Anybody on Zoom have a comment that's for something not on the agenda? All right, no hands are up. We'll close that part of the agenda. We have resolutions. First one is Resolution 25-159, resolution of the Mayor and Council of Princeton authorizing an amendment to the term of the professional services agreement with H2M Associates, Inc. for engineering, design, contract administration, and reporting services in connection with the cleaning and televising of sanitary sewer trunk lines with no change to the contract total, and the date change goes from May 31st to July 31st. David's got the motion, Brian's got the second. Questions or comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 25-160, a resolution of the Mayor and Council authorizing the award of a bid contract to Zone Striping, Inc. for the 2025-2026 traffic striping and pavement markings contract for an amount not to exceed $233,133.77. Michelle has the motion. Brian has the second. Questions or comments? David?
Yeah, I know Deanna and Jim aren't here, so I'm not sure if anyone will know the answer, but I'm assuming that the striping associated with repaving that is being done by PSE&G is not included in this contract, but do you know?
That would be my assumption, but I don't know that.
Okay,
I am pretty sure that you are right. I am 99% sure that you are correct.
okay.
I didn't ask them that question, but I looked at the list, and it's not the same as the list that, you know, we reviewed at the PBAC meeting, which was going to have bike lane markings and things like that. So,
Okay. Great.
Okay, any other questions? Not?
Just
All in
a-
Sorry?
Just one of the interesting things in this line item that I read was like at the bottom, $7.75 for one of the stripings was the lowest bid in that area, and it saved us something like $163,000 on that one line item. So I just want to give a shout out to, you know, our staff for saving us a lot of money in this situation.
Yeah, there's quite a range between the low bid and the high bid.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 25-162, a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the Municipality of Princeton authorizing and amending Princeton Affordable Housing Home Improvement Program loans. Is there a motion on that? Thank you, Brian. Is there a second? Thank you, Leighton. Questions or comments? All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 25-163, resolution of the Mayor and Council of Princeton authorizing a shared services agreement for health officer services between the Township of East Windsor and the Municipality of Princeton. Mia has the motion, Michelle has the second. Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 25-164, resolution of the Mayor and Council of Princeton authorizing the lease of public property by submission of sealed bids for a wireless telecommunications facility at the Princeton Public Library. David has the motion, Brian has the second. Questions or comments? David?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment, express gratitude both to our former colleague Eve Niedergang, who really got the engineering department to work closely with the library to make sure that the design was something that was very compatible with the existing library building, and also thank Jim and Deanna for their almost infinite patience as we worked through the design issues. They needed infinite patience the way this process went, but the outcome is really good. So thanks to those people for helping out.
Thanks, David. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Next up is the consent agenda. We can move that in block unless someone has a reason to pull one of the items out. All right, Brian moving it in block. Thank you. Michelle has the second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 That passes. David, do you have a motion?
Yes, I move that we adjourn.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Brian. All in favor, say aye.
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 We are done.
I was
7:18
thinking of
PM.
abstaining, but I decided to